Hello, Divas, and welcome to my craft room. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is doing amazing and lovely and wonderful. If you didn't know already, I've been upcycling clothing and bags for about a year now. I started really diving in at the beginning of last year, and then around June, I got to work with Pearl Street and Shedhead on the Punk Edit fashion show, and then afterwards, I just got really passionate about it, and I started creating upcycles for myself, and I started creating custom pieces for my local thrift markets. And I've been sharing my progress over on my Instagram, as well as my Ultra Vixen Instagram account, where I share exclusively my upcycle projects and events coming up. And for a long time, you guys have been wanting me to make more videos about upcycling and my process. And so I thought, I have an event, or actually I have two events in like 10 days. And for the next week, I am just going to be upcycling anything and everything that I possibly can. Why not film it? So yes, this is day 1 of 7 of just straight upcycling. I have a really big upcycle pile to get through of like things I want to make, but no real concrete plans. You'll come to realize my style of upcycling is very just like, fuck it, we ball. I'm not very technical about how I do things because I just feel like it's more fun when it's not, at least for me. And upcycling is supposed to be fun, so why would I strip the fun out of it, okay? So I'm thinking today we start with something easy peasy. My plan is to make as many of these hottie shirts as I possibly can today. I made this design for my iGirl pop-up at the beginning of December last year, and all of them sold out, so I knew that I needed to make more for the hottie dolls, okay? So I have a couple of them that already got bleached, but we just need to start bleaching like a ton more of them. This one's my favorite, and then this one as well. And once we're done bleaching, then we can get it into the dye bath and then rhinestone, and I feel like we'll be done at like 9 o'clock tonight. But like I said, we have an event in like 10 days. We're cramming. Let's just get into it. Okay, time check. It's like 5:30. I started today at like noon. I took a couple hours to chill in the middle and take a little break while these were in the wash. And now they are out of the wash. They all came out so cute, and my favorite thing about these is that like they all look a little bit different. Like everyone has its own little personality. Okay, specifically this top with the stripes. This was so meant to just be red and black, but the sleeves turned out pink, and I think it was such a happy accident because I was like so pissed in the dyeing process when it was happening. I was like, oh my god, I so wanted it to be red. Why isn't it red? But I think it makes it even cooler and more interesting. Love her. I might keep her. And then this one just came out like so vibrant and gorgeous. Oh my god, I love them. I think I have like 8 shirts here, and I told myself I wasn't gonna rhinestone them all, but I very well might. because everything looks better with rhinestones. But yeah, it takes me like 30 minutes to rhinestone one piece, maybe a little longer than that, maybe like 45. So I'm gonna get going on this because I want to go to bed at a reasonable hour. Okay, Divas, so it is day 2 of 7 of upcycling. It's like noon right now. I just finished rhinestoning all of these hottie shirts, and I just want to show them to you real quick. I don't really know where to put this microphone, so I'm just using my tripod for it. Okay, so there's this one, obviously. We love her. I want to try her on to see if I like it. Let's do that right now. Fuck it. Okay, so the sleeves, I think I sewed them too tight. They're a little snug. Oh, we have a rip. I'll have to fix that. But I honestly just think it needs to be stretched out a little bit and then obviously repair this. She's so cute. So I don't know. We'll make a final decision at the end whether I keep it or not. But I really like it. Okay, so we have this one. There's this one. Some of them didn't pick up the red dye as much as I would have wanted them to. But like I said, that's why I like them so much, because they all come out a little bit different. These next two came out so vibrant and beautiful. Yeah, that looks great. And this one's probably my favorite, just because of how perfect the red came out. So cute. And then I have this one and another one that I just left blank because I wasn't a huge fan of how the prints turned out on them. And then the cami I love, but this one didn't pick up the red as much as well. It kind of looks tie-dye, kind of cute. So we have like 6 shirts here with rhinestones, 2 without, 8 shirts total. That's pretty good for day 1 in upcycle land, okay? So I'm thinking today we make a set. I just thrifted this shirt in my last thrift with me video, and I said I really wanted to make one of these sets with it, so we're gonna do that. And I'm thinking for the skirt base, we use these Hot Kiss jeans that are kind of velvety. I don't know if you can see that, but it matches really well to the little velvety dots on this garment. And once we finish that, I don't really know what I'm gonna do, but let's just get into it. Let's finish this, and then we'll see where we are. Okay. I'm starting by making a pattern of a top that I already own. I'm doing this by taking a piece of parchment paper and laying it across the garment, and then you take a piece of chalk and you just rub it along the seams, and that'll expose the shape you want to recreate with your pattern. It's definitely like not the most precise way to make patterns, but like for this instance, I had this top I really like. I wanted to make it for this set in a different color, and this works perfectly for that. So once you cut out all your pattern pieces and you ensure that the fit is looking good, you're able to just use this like a normal pattern on any fabric of your choosing, and then you can assemble it the same way that you would a normal garment with a normal pattern. Okay, divas. So the video cut out before I finished sewing the skirt up. I have the finished garment here. A couple things though before we get into it. First of all, it's like 8:30. I totally meant to have this garment done earlier today, but I experienced a number of setbacks and I'm just trying to be like, okay, we got one garment done and the rest of the hottie shirts done today. That's enough. You did enough, babe. I'm also hiding in my bathroom right now from my cats because they really want their snack and they are just in the kitchen screaming their little heads off. So I need some peace and quiet. It's not the most aesthetically pleasing place in the world, but it shall do. Anyway, I finished the garment. That's the top. And this is the skirt. I'm smiling like this because I totally made this with the intention of selling it. But I might have to keep her because I don't think I've ever made anything that is so me, like ever. So I'm gonna try her on, and if she fits, I'll keep her, okay? If it doesn't look right, then I'll sell it. But I need your help on this one, okay? Okay, reveal in 3, 2, 1. Okay. So I might have to keep also ignore the kitty hat. I would have had an awful case of hat hair if I didn't wear this hat. So if I keep her, oh my god, look at the back. Guys, is this not giving like a fever you can't sweat out? Like, pardon me right now. I don't have many words. I'm kind of gagged. I think I'm gonna keep it. I just want to like take the sides in a little bit more because it's a little baggy around my bust and I just want it to be a little tighter. But if in the next week I'm like sick of looking at this and I want to get rid of it, I will. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to make another one, aren't I? Alright, I'll do it tomorrow. This is it for me on day 2. I hope you guys have a lovely night. I'm hitting the hay. And we'll be up bright and early for another day of upcycling. Good night, divas. Hey, divas. It's a new day in the workroom, and the doll is sleepy today. I literally feel like I've been hit by a truck. And the brain fog is real. Today. So it's day 3 of 7. And I'm kind of behind. Well, I guess I'm not behind because I never actually set out like a specific goal for myself, but I feel like I'm behind. So today, it's gonna be Cram City up in here. We're gonna do a lot of everything. I think we're gonna do a lot of sewing today specifically. I kind of need to make more skirts, just skirts generally. I'm so out of it. But yeah, skirts is a good plan. Let's do it. So you guys saw me make a skirt yesterday for that red Twilight set, but today I'm going to kind of walk through how I make my skirts. And I apologize in advance for these voiceovers. I'm literally like, I'm on the verge of having an autistic meltdown trying to record this right now. I'm just so bad at explaining what I'm doing. Like, I'm an awful teacher. If you've ever begged me for like a tutorial for anything that I did, I probably never made a tutorial because I'm so bad at explaining what I'm doing, but I'm gonna try for you guys. So the way I make these skirts is I use a pair of pants as the waistband. I just cut it however big I really want it, and that'll be the base to attach like all the ruffles to the bottom of the skirt. But once that's all cut out, I am using this like flannel maxi skirt because I just love the pattern, but the skirt is kind of shapeless, so I was like, oh, perfect for upcycling. I'm using this to create like the main pleats of the skirt, and then I'm just finding like other scrap fabric and materials that complement each other to create other ruffles and pleats and whatnot. Oh my fucking god, I am so bad at explaining. I mean, you guys can see what I'm doing, right?
Like, you could see me making pleats and shit. Like, you know what's going down. Maybe you don't. I don't know. But yeah, like you can see, all the pleats have been made. Here I'm attaching some lace to another piece of scrap fabric that I'm gonna use for the skirt. But yeah, that's, I don't know, like I just do it, guys. I just make the fucking skirt. Like, I'm so bad at teaching. Oh my god, I really hope I use this in the video. I really hope this voiceover gets added to the video. But yeah, I just keep making those fucking pleats, baby. I just keep making those pleats and playing with different textures and patterns. Oh, I will say, when you make pleats, I recommend you like steam the pleats into the fabric before you sew it, if that makes sense. Oh, and then here I'm adding like some elastic. That's another way to make pleats. You could just pull the elastic and it'll gather the fabric. So now you can see I'm like arranging the fabrics in like an aesthetically pleasing way before I sew it. I'm decorating the waistband with some grommet trim. I'm adding my adjustable waistband here. Yeah, I'm fucking killing it. I'm fucking killing it. Yeah, I'm totally using this in the fucking video. Alright, yeah, that's like, I don't know, you can guys can like watch what I'm doing for the rest of this, but that's how I make my skirts.
I finished her. Oh my god. Look at the detail. Look at how amazing this looks. I'm just so impressed with myself. Like, this is so cool, and she's not done yet. Tomorrow morning I'm gonna finish it. I have a plan in mind for her, and I'm very confident that I could achieve that plan. So we'll do that tomorrow morning. It's like 9 o'clock right now. I didn't jump back on the sewing machine because I feel like I just need like a fresh start tomorrow. I always like feel like I didn't do enough, and I feel like over the past 3 days with like me doing this upcycle process, like I have been wanting to do more every day, but I have to give myself a pat on the back. Okay, I have to show myself a little bit of love because I made some cool shit today, and especially this, like I'm very proud of this. So hopefully tomorrow my energy levels will be a little more up and at like a normal level. But until then, sweet dreams, my divas. Good morning, divas. It is day 4 of 7 of upcycling, and I'm feeling a lot better today than I did yesterday. I don't know what was going on with me. I was literally just so tired, and it kind of came out of nowhere. But I woke up today feeling really good. I finished that bag like I said I was going to. And this very well might be like one of my favorite things that I've ever made, ever. This is so dope. And I just love this layered effect. I have this other white bag that I might kind of do a similar treatment to, but I'm getting ready to glaze all my bags right now to seal the paint onto them. And before I do that, I just wanted to give you a little walkthrough of the bags that I have right now. So this one, of course, she's gorge. We have this one. Oh my god, another gorge piece. And I really want to film my painting process. I know that people are interested in that, but it's kind of hard for a couple reasons. One, because it just takes so long for me to do it. It's such like a slow and meticulous process that it would just be like hours of footage. And also it's like the process is very sacred to me in a sense. Like painting bags was the first thing that initially got me into upcycling, and it's a very therapeutic process. So I kind of just like to take my time with it, do it passively, and really put like my soul into it. I also have this one with like the cyber sigilism crosses and little tail keychain. Love a red and black moment. And then this little white bag, which I had in my like upcycle pile for almost a year now, and I didn't know what to do with it, so I did a little simple kind of like nurse's doctor bag out of it. And if you want to paint similarly on bags, I'll show you exactly what I use so that you can do it. I really like to use these Angelus leather paints for bags. These would also work really well for denim or like leather jackets. And I found that using like leather paint as opposed to acrylic paint makes the paint not chip. Like there's no texture coming off the bag right now. Like it feels like it's part of the bag. Does that make sense? And then to seal the bags, I use Angelus acrylic finisher over the top, and that makes it like really adhere to the bag. Like your design isn't going anywhere. And another thing is I like to use bags that have a little bit of grit to them. So I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. So this bag was originally this bag, and I repurposed this bag to make this bag, okay? So originally I painted these crosses on some like leather upholstery fabric, and I cut it out and I glued it to the bag, right? So the design that I painted directly onto the bag, you can see started to chip after a while, even with sealing it with the sealant, just because the bag isn't compatible with being painted. So you can see this one has like little ridges and grooves in it, and that just makes the paint like stick nicely to the bag. So I'm gonna seal these up and add some keychains to them as well, and then I'll be back with the next product of the day. Okay, so the bags are glazed, but I can't do the charms just yet because I lost all of my pliers and wire cutters. So just trust that I'll do it sooner or later. But for now, I want to work on this top. So we have this t-shirt as the base, and I really want to add these striped sleeves to it, and then extend the sleeves even further with these other black sleeves, so kind of like that. And then I want to try this new technique. So I've been really interested in these like punk rave tops from like the late 90s, early 2000s, where it almost looks like one shirt layered on top of another. So I'm going to use this black t-shirt and kind of put it on the dress form over this t-shirt, and then kind of cut it apart to make it look interesting, and then sew it onto the shirt. You guys will see what I'm doing. Just trust my vision, okay? Okay. Okay, literally, this looks epic. I love it. I might cut it up a little bit more, but for now, I'm just going to like pin these two shirts together and sew them together. Period. Right now, I'm making another one of these Twilight sets because I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep the red and black one yet. I just want it to be safe. And also I have a cute photo shoot idea for me and my sister. So I'm making another one of those at the moment. But my needle is getting stuck every 5 seconds. Sewers, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about right now. And when this happens, I just want to like peel all my skin off. And also, I lost my microphone in my upcycle pile on the floor. So we're serving raw audio right now. We're serving realness right now. And I'm kind of losing my mind. I think I'm just becoming like upcycled out. I did finish this top from earlier. I added some grommet trim on the shoulder as well as the sleeves, and I really like how this turned out. I really wanted to make another one, but I didn't have the supplies to do so. So I'm thinking the plan is I'm gonna finish up this set tonight, and then we have a new episode of Drag Race in 2 hours. So we need to take a Drag Race break, and then tomorrow we'll wake up, we'll do some more upcycling, and then the final 2 days, since I'm kind of out of supplies and I'm kind of getting really burnt out, I'm gonna spend the last 2 days creating content and taking photos and the stuff that I've created to kind of like promo for the events. And just because I like to document everything that I make before I sell it so that I have like a little portfolio type vibe. And yeah, I'm feeling like we have pretty much enough for the events. I do have some stuff that I created that I'm going to show you at the end of the video that I made not during this filming process, like I made beforehand. So I'm feeling good on the amount that I have. I guess I'm just trying to push myself to do more, like I always do, But yeah, I'm going to honor myself, take a break tonight, and I'll see you in the morning. Okay? Okay, and hopefully I'll find my microphone and the audio won't be so bad. Hi Divas, good afternoon. It is day 5. And I had a very productive morning. I'm literally so close to being done with this second little set. She came out even cuter than the red one, to be honest. But yeah, once I go to the store for thread, I can finish her. I also added charms to my bags today. And so I know I said last night that today would be my last day of upcycling, right? But I'm feeling crazy. I'm feeling a little wild per se. And I thought that I would just do 2 more days because I have a couple more projects I want to work on. But that being said, I'm really scared about the length of this video. I have been doing so much every single day and filming so much and yapping my little head off. So I'm just gonna do a little montage of the next 2 upcycling days. But I will show you what I plan to work on. I have this bag, obviously. I want to paint her up. I have this Nightmare Before Christmas t-shirt that I want to turn into like a tube dress with some like ruffles at the bottom. I have this plain black skirt base that I want to do something with. I might do a kind of like shredded overlay. And then finally I have this plaid dress that just needs a little love per se. She's a cute dress, but she could be cuter. So with that being said, I'm gonna get to work. I'm going, but not like a purple size. Yeah. Hi Divas, it is day 7. Let's give ourselves a round of applause, one for me, one for y'all's attention spans for making it to the end of this video. My event weekend is in just 2 days. I just wanted to show off my sign that I made. I did the logo and then I did the little border with like a paint pen. And then I also have business cards. How official! Oh my god, look at me! And then in this bin is everything I've upcycled over the past month. And I actually have a running total. Let me read it out to you. So in the month of January, I made 4 skirts, 4 dresses, 5 bags, 3 sets, and 8 tops for a total of 27 garments. So I'm gonna give you a little haul and then I'm gonna try on all the things that fit me. So we have 27 things, let's just get into it. So I'm gonna do my bags first because they're on top. Okay, so we have a couple simpler ones. And this one that's a little more zhuzhed up. I love that piercing keychain on it. That's so freaking cool. I actually get these big, like, piercing keychains off of thrifted bikinis. So some of them will have that ring in the middle holding the top together or on the sides of the bottom, and the balls actually just screw off on them. So if you ever come across one of those bikinis at the thrift store or you have one in your collection, you could probably take that little ring off and use it as a keychain. Just saying. And then I have my absolute babies, okay? These last 2 bags I spent the most time on out of anything in this bucket, starting with this cathedral bag that I spent probably 4 days on, 5 days on. And I just love the detail in this one. I love how maximalist it is. And what I love the most about these last 2 bags is you could really see my personal style shine through with them. I feel like when I started painting bags, I was using a lot of inspiration that I could find on like Pinterest or like what other bags look like. And now my skills have just developed to a place where I can create my own dynamic designs and it can be really freaking fierce and original. So yeah, love her. And this is the last one I made. Oh my god, so cute. And whenever I do words on my bags, I feel like nobody ever pays attention to what the words actually are. But I'm telling you right now, I just look up like My Chemical Romance song lyrics or like Pierce the Veil song lyrics, and I fucking do that. So stupid. So that's all the bags. Let's move on to tops. So 6 out of 8 of these shirts are these hottie tops. I did a pop-up at the iGirl store last December and I developed this design for that. And I think I made 6 tops then too, and they all sold out. So I knew I had to make more for the hotties, okay? But yes, you've seen these, you love them. They're simple and effective. And I'm not gonna keep that pink and black sleeve one. I really wanted to, but it didn't fit me exactly right, and I knew it would be perfect for someone else. So I could just make it again if I really want it. And I was gonna keep this one. I know I said I was gonna keep it, but I've actually decided against keeping any of this stuff because I can just make myself something else if I really want to. And I'm thinking the next upcycle video will make purely personal pieces for me. Okay? Good deal? Good deal. And then you remember this top, of course. I swear, immediately after making this shirt, I found better ways to do it, like on Pinterest when I was scrolling. So I feel like we'll have to experiment more with that in the future. But like I said, I am really happy with how this turned out, as it is like my first time doing this kind of layered t-shirt effect. And because it was like a trial, I'll probably price her down a little bit. Okay, and the last top I made off camera earlier this month. I used a bralette as the base and then a t-shirt graphic for the rest of the shirt. And this is actually such a great segue to the skirts because I am debating pairing this with one of the skirts I made as like a little matching set. And this is a perfect segue to go into the skirts because I actually made the skirt and it just matches so well with that little top that I'm debating selling it as a set. And then there's this simple little red and black one that I was also debating keeping for myself because you guys know I'm a red and black diva, but I can't hoard it. And then there's this purpley red one that is arguably my favorite skirt. I just think the textures are really cool on this. And the colorway, this is a perfect skirt in my opinion. And then finally, this little red and black one that has a similar layered effect to that purpley one. And I love this one too, just not as much as the purple one. I'm realizing how much this collection gives a fever you can't sweat out right now. And how very on brand is that for me? Come on now. So now we have our dresses. There are 4 of them. We'll start with this one that I made off camera. I actually made this for myself, but then I tried it on and I realized I made it way too small for me. I don't know if the camera's picking up just how delicious and gorgeous this dress is. It's based off this one like gothic early 2000s Euro piece, I think from the brand Sinister. But yeah, she needs to go to a loving home because I'm absolutely devastated about this upcycle fail. I have this Nightmare Before Christmas mini tube dress that I made on camera. It's just so kitschy and it reminds me of something like Hot Topic would sell back in the day. Similarly with this Avril Lavigne dress, I actually did get this t-shirt in the middle from Hot Topic. So this was another one I was going to keep for myself, but something about it just didn't feel right, and I'm very particular about my fashion sense. And then this is the last one. Just a simple little t-shirt mini dress. I think my sister might buy this one. She was interested in it. And I added this little cross to the front of it. Then I'm now looking at it and I don't know if I like it, but I feel like somebody else will like it. So I guess I'll leave it. And finally, we have our sets. I made 3 of them and 2 are my iconic Twilight sets. This is another one where I created the design for the iGirl pop-up and people have been asking me for more of them. So I have 2 here. Okay, so first we have the red one. And I can't even lie to you guys, this one hurts to get rid of. I love this set so very much. And then I have the purple one, which is like so cute as well. But me and my sister did do a little photo shoot in these outfits. So you know what, I had my moment. I'll probably have to grieve her, but I'll be okay eventually. And then finally, I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but this is yet another piece that was meant to be for me. Like I made it for myself. But I don't know, like I just feel like I could let her go and I could use whatever money I make from it to buy myself like some lip service archives, you know? So it's this little off-shoulder sweater with a little tie detailing at the shoulder, little black sleeves around the wrist, and then I made these little mini shorts, which if I actually do get rid of this set, then I'm gonna have to make myself another pair. I kind of want ones with like big chunky stripes instead of these little pin stripes. But I just love how like different this set is. And when I posted this set on my Instagram, so many people were interested in it. And I guess that's what makes me like okay with getting rid of stuff, because I know that it will make somebody's day to find something as cool as this, and I have the ability to just make it. So yes, that is the end of my upcycling video. I can't even believe I'm saying those words. I feel like I've been filming for a year. This was definitely a chaotic one. I can't wait to do it again, maybe with a little more structure next time. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching me. I hope you learned a thing or two. If you're interested, you could follow the Ultra Vixen account, where I post all my new upcycles, any upcoming events I'm doing. I also have a whatnot under the same exact name, where I normally sell whatever doesn't sell at my local markets. And then obviously you can follow me on Instagram. You can subscribe to me here if you want. You could subscribe. You could subscribe. And if you really want to make me smile, you could leave a like on this video. All right, I hope you guys have an amazing day today. I love you. Goodbye.